Namaskar. BHOOMIKA. Feel the nature with water, earth, fire and air. JPE Training College. 3 days of living together camp. I am here because of Mahima. Where is Mahima? He was my student in St. Mary's few years back on a program. Walk with a Scholar. We were in conversation for a long time, and that's why I am here. Though I used to drive on this road maybe for last 30 years, multiple number of times, maybe hundreds of times. And this college happens to be part of my activity in Calicut University when I was director for academic staff college. Most of the good colleges around this area I had programs. So when I was coming today, I was talking to my son, sharing this flyer. He said he had been to this school for his entrance examination, Kerala entrance examination. So I found, yes, I am from Iringalakuda because my wife is from Iringalakuda. Otherwise I am from Kannur, that is where I hails from. I own a school almost infrastructure wise same, up to +2. My family is the management. I studied there. Kerala academics education is the only place where I can decide and give job to teachers. Government will pay salary. Schools were good. I had wonderful teachers. Wonderful teachers. 3 days back I was in my native hometown, which probably is one of the remotest village in Kerala. Until last recent 2 years, no developments happened. 2 years back, there is a Malayora highway which is running there, hill highway. So that boosted up my village. When I go back to my hometown, I've got an old house, 200-year-old house. It's a hermitage. It's called Jnanam, Jnaanam. That's the name which I give, which is Janaki Narayan mentoring. Janaki is my mother, Narayan is my father. So Jnanam is a short form of Janaki Narayan mentoring. I play with the words because I'm a poet. My trust is called Shiksha. And you're all Shikshak, right? Shikshak in Hindi means teachers. And my trust, which I formed in Hyderabad, is called, I stay in Hyderabad. Often come here. For last 3 years, because of COVID, I never visited except for one program somewhere here. This time, because of this invitation, I extended up to 30th. Because your teachers were swinging between 29th, 28th, right? So I took a safe date of 31st, flying back to Hyderabad. 16th, 10th I came here because Rani, Kollam, there was a program which is Sahodaya was conducting a science exhibition. You know what is Sahodaya, right? All CBSE school association is called a Sahodaya. I had a Sahodaya program here for Bharati Vidya Bhavan Gulf teachers. So therefore all the Gulf teachers who are under Bharati Vidya Bhavan happens to be my students. I had a 1-day program. That was in 2015. Similarly, Sahodaya conducts all the principals meet. Almost 100 principals and vice principals or managers, honors from all the Gulf was with me on January 3rd, 2018 or 17. Yeah. So my association with academics is because I love teaching. Unfortunately, I could not become a teacher. You know why? Academically, I was very poor in childhood. So those days, the best of the best students who passed 10th class with me, after 10th is TTC admission, right? Yes? After plus 2. Those days there was no plus 2, there was only pre-degree. So the best meritorious students became lowest class teachers. Understood? Or they go for bank test. I tried both, I did not get. Therefore the next option is to join for BSc or BA. Or I was a very bad student, so my brother told me you cannot study maths. You have maths stream here? So my brother was a professor of zoology. All my brothers are brilliant people. One retired as a chief of Kerala Forest, Indian Forest Service. He was also a teacher to start with. He was in Vadakkanjeri. He was a zoology professor. I was a very bad student. I was thrown out of a school being the worst student when I was in 8th grade. The teachers used to call me in different classrooms to show how bad a student can be. And I was shown, don't ever become like this. You will spoil your life. Recently, I was called back into the school to give awards for A+ winners. How did I become a good student is because my brother told you cannot study maths. So I told I will show that I will take a PhD in mathematics. So, but no admission for bad students in mathematics, right? Very hard to get a seat. So I got into politics. Because I learned Bharatiya Shastra. If you cannot get seat, what you should do is get into politics. Don't believe? That is what Parashurama did. Parashurama could not become the student of somebody. Karna could not become the student of somebody. Karna became the friend of Duryodhana. And he was enthroned as a king. And he converted his caste to get a seat. I did not convert my caste. So most of the great politicians of Kerala happens to be my close friend. I was into politics just to get a seat. That's it, nothing more. I jumped 3 colleges to become a graduate because I want to get back into my own brother's college where he's a professor and show that I will become the best student. So I happened to be in Pioneer College, and that is the only batch which made a real learning of mathematics. Otherwise, many people learn, write examination. But what I did was, because I don't know maths, I prepared mathematics before going to class. Because I am very poor in English, even now I am very poor in English. Your anchoring person was wonderful. So those days what we had to learn Wordsworth poems, Shakespeare's drama. So I translated the whole textbook into Malayalam. That's the best method to learn English. That's how I improved my English. I by-hearted most of the process, poetry, Malayalam poems I by-hearted. I used to sit in the front seat, not in the back. The teachers will come and ask. My teachers were real poets. We had great poets as teachers. Mathematics teachers, even today, I get message from them, who taught me 40 years back. That's a contact which I related, because I gave a very good gift to all my teachers the time I left my college. You want to know what is the gift? My notebooks. Because I told, use this to teach your next generation teachers. Because all solved the problems in the notebook. Go to library, get all the difficult problems, solve it, and then give that book to my teachers. That's what I did. I went into most of the colleges for an admission for masters, not because I was a very bad student after graduation. I got 89%, 5th rank in the university. I was the worst student in the university those days, probably in mathematics. Then I went to Devagiri College, started my civil service preparation because my brother got into forest service. I want to get into, but then I forgot that I will take PhD. What I told my brother and all I forgot. I thought civil service is the best option. So I got into civil service. That was my option. Full-time preparation. So college marked me as the bad student because I never attended classes. Started getting scolding. Then I found Cochin University there is a late admission. So I jumped into Cochin University. That's the first ever I travelled through Thrissur. From a small village, I never travelled out of Kannur district. Reached first time into Calicut for my masters. Then Cochin University in 1986. But that is a turning point. So what I did was, I studied mathematics thoroughly then. Forgot my civil service. Why am I saying what you want to be is not what you will become? I got a beautiful book. Yeah, before forgetting, I must give that book to Mahima, who made me to come here. Come. This is a beautiful book. The book is written on a platform called Orkut. I don't know whether you know. Not this book, the first edition had a back cover in which I wrote the philosophy of my life. Flow like a river, grow like a tree. That's my quote. Flow like a river, grow like a tree. Grow, but don't become too rigid. You will break. If you become flexible, next day morning, even if a hurricane make you to fall on the ground, next day morning you can wake up. And look always to the sun. This is what I did in my life. So all my thoughts, all my discussions, it is not written by me actually. 80% is written by my contacts between me and those people who heard me. Everybody used to ask. That's what happens in the social media, right? Lot of discussions. You also must be discussing a lot of things on WhatsApp. Will you be able to make a book out of that? Facebook discussions, will you be able to make a book out of that? No, because it's all useless, right? But I don't do that. All my discussions are worth. And probably I am the only one who published a book from the discussions on social media. And it's such a wonderful book, you open it and read, you will get solutions for most of your problems. Because it's not written by me. People who have problems, they come to me and I answer them. And most of them are psychological problems. I'm a psychotherapist. I have an MS in psychotherapy. How do you learn? The topic is very good, BHOOMIKA. I was just asking how much time I should speak. She said half an hour. So 15 minutes is over now. Right? I was telling how to become a teacher, the bright, so I couldn't. After graduation, I could have gotten to B.Ed. I could have become a teacher in my school. Creating a vacancy is not a problem. Or take the subject wherein after 3 + 1, 4 years, which teacher will retire? That subject you graduate so that immediately, correct? And I know who will retire. Or I can also ask my cousins or somebody to take a retirement. My brother was the headmaster, my cousin brother was headmaster. But then my interest of becoming teacher was lost. IAS was the dream, but I did not. Going to Cochin University, I got scolding, skipping classes. So first examination I got 0 out of 25. Worst student again. But then I started loving mathematics. So I'm a great mathematician from then. Probably I did all what I could do in mathematics. So if you are a very good student after mathematics, you can get into NET, NET or GRE, CSIR, something like that, and then you can become teachers in the either +2 or maybe I couldn't. So if you don't become teachers after masters, what you will become? Join for B.Ed, right? I did not do that. Unfortunately, I got into no job after my masters, so I got into PhD. Permanent head damage, that is PhD. Right? Perspiration, humiliation, degradation, pass with high difficulty, so many expansions. But then, after that, if you are very good to your teachers who are guiding you, they will give you job in some universities. I was not very good. I used to ask a lot of questions. Like just now, somebody was telling BHOOMIKA means, who said that? Why are you going to Greek, Amma? Indian philosophy doesn't have any meaning of BHOOMIKA. BHOOMIKA itself is a Malayalam word, right? Sanskritam word. And she refers to Greek. This is the problem with the Google. And she says only 4 elements. How can I tolerate being in Thrissur? Because my guru happens to be from Chirp, who taught me Vedic studies. Brahmashri KPC Anijan Bhattadharipad, with whom I slept, I travelled, I went to Kailash, learned the basics of little bit of Veda. So we say Panchabhutatmakam. 5 elements are there. Why you did not ask somebody while printing it? Have you seen this? Why you did not go and say that it's wrong? Ether is not part of you. Ether is what? Ether is the consciousness. Without the consciousness, all these 4 elements are useless. Right? Bhumi, Vellam, Vayu, Agni, Akasham. And I am from that Akasham department, Gham department. Gham means Akasham. And that Gham, when it becomes su prefixed, it becomes Sukham. When it is prefixed with the du, it becomes Dukham. What is more important is not elements. The Akasham, space inside you, has to be good. If the space is not good, you cannot put any of them in your mind. Not this mind, manas. No English word for manas. Chitta. So what happens, you will read this and write, your manas is not working, your feeling is not coming. Your buddhi is active. Correct? But your degree is B.Ed, right? What is B.Ed? What is education? Education is learning and teaching, right? Education is learning and teaching. And that only human being can have. All these elements are there for every nature. Nature is there. Feel with the nature with this. But who has to feel? That's why I am asking. Feel is not there. Who has to feel? You have to feel. Where is your feeling from? Manas. And what is the degree you have? Kolakan. What is the degree you have? Bachelor of Education. So education is understanding these 4 elements and the nature. Assume that is the learning and teaching these 4 days is meant for. But with a feel, only human being can do. So where the feeling comes, it's not in the brain, not what is written. While reading, you must feel it. Yeah, good. No, something wrong. That feeling should come. Acceptance or rejection should come. And that, if you have, then you become a bachelor. Who is a bachelor? Brahmachari. Who is Brahmachari? Brahmam is moving. Where is that Brahmam? Where is that Brahmam? Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevala Brahma Matram. Inside your Hridaya, when I open, what you see is called a Brahmam. What is that Brahmam? Creativity. So is the fifth element there or not? Is it there in this or it's not there in this? Yes or no? No, it's there. Because the word feel is the fifth element. I was searching. Where is the fifth element? Why Greek fellow left it? But even if Greek fellow left it, when you write in India, unknowingly the word will come. You understood? The fifth element is the space, and that space is your manas. You must know how to justify even do a mistake. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the feel is the fifth element, that is the space, and that space is there when you wrote feel the nature with all the elements. Because space is there inside you and you are visualizing it. I don't know, knowingly or unknowingly, it's there inside it. So when you just read it, it doesn't come to you. What you should do? Analyze, judge, criticize, compare, process it inside you. That's what a teacher's job is. And if you don't do that, I am sure all the activity, even a small writing there, cannot give you the feel. And so much attached to the word feel. The feeling should be there. That's there in your degree. Bachelor. Bachelor is Brahmachari. Brahmam is creativity. Charanam means movement. So the creativity moves inside in each word what you read. Then only you are eligible to become. And what is education? Learning and teaching. Who does it? Only human being. No animal will give a lecture, no animals will sit like this. Will they? So who is the real human being? Learners and teachers. Learning is not there when there is no teaching. But who can see what is tomorrow? 2005 to 7 I was in university. That time I wrote a book, Adaptive Learning through e-web net learning. Probably the first book which came for how to teach using multimedia. And nobody took it. It was hard, difficult to accept teaching on the internet. But Professor COVID made all of you to do that, right? I wrote a book on that 15 years back. So what is tomorrow's requirement should be today's projection from teachers. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya Maithunani, Samani, Chaitani, Nranam Pashunam, Nanam Naranam, Adigo Vishesho, Nane Bihina, Pashubhisamani. Aharam, you know. Nidra, you have. These two you have more than what is required. Bhayam, that also you have. Life is full of bhayam. Right? Ahara, Nidra, Bhayam. Maithunam is sex. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunani, Samani, Chaitani, Nranam, Pashunam. For human being and animal, these are equal. What is extra for human being? Nanam. Nanam Naranam, Adigo Vishesho, Nani Bihina, Pashubhisamani. So why I said this much? 4 days can be a great asset to you. I remember what happened last year, December 28th. I was talking on spirituality in the United Nations Yoga Community. What happened 2020 this day? Tasneen was interviewing me on education. What happened in 2017 this day? My science teacher was with me in my 200-year-old house to teach science to my students who came from all over the globe to stay with me 20 days. I conduct camps in my 200-year-old house. We teach life learning lessons. So one day is for my science teacher who taught me science. He will come with the 2 big packs with the full of electronics, mechanical engineering, everything will be there. He was my science teacher. He shows science, he don't teach science. Whatever you learned in engineering, master's program, he will make it so simple and show you. They are teachers. They are teachers. And he graduated in biology, but he teaches chemistry and physics. Understood? Just because you learned how to make idli, in whole life you should not make idli. You should make biryani also, right? What is required for people, you should make it. A good cook is one who can cook anything. A good driver is one who can drive anything. When I was coming, who asked yesterday, you want a vehicle or not? Yeah. I said 4 times he has to drive, you know. Do you have anybody coming from Iringalakuda? I'll come with you. No. Otherwise, if I drive, it's only 2. So if I drive only on the road which I know, I am not a good driver. I drive everywhere. Without license also, I drove in America. When I go to Northeast, I keep driving. I go to all the Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalayas. You want job? Easily you can get a government pension, salaried job. I recruit a lot of BEd people to Northeast. Residential camp programs. I went up to Alapura, Chartala BEd College, Mananam BEd College. I recruited people and sent them. There are a lot of good teachers requirements. Your English has to be good. Subject has to be good. There are a lot of vacancies in the world. I think education is going to change. But you should have that ability to analyze, understand, judge, criticize, compare, take notes and make notes. I am not seeing anybody taking notes. Probably you are brightest of the brightest. I record my talk. I am recording it there. I am recording it here. So that teachers are like this. They don't. I know everything. It's not part of my exam. I don't get a degree, so I don't do it. Right? It's the worst part of any teacher. I record my own talk. Because this BHOOMIKA will not come in any flyer later, right? So did I prepare and come? No. What did I wrote? From your notes I wrote on the behind. Good enough. Think, document, write, taking notes and making notes, most essential. Otherwise these 4 days you will spend. Don't spend your time. Invest your time. Small words, big difference. The 4 days you will remember. Fun is good. You can have fire. But fire should not be in the wood. It should be in your belly. Understood? Your Madhya Pradesh should burn so that Uttar Pradesh will start working. Correct? So that you can stand holding your chest up and say, I know the subject. Got it? Let this 4 days camp make you to realize the potential in each one of you to ask questions. Living with nature never happens in Kali Yuga. It will never happen. Right? It only happened in Krita Yuga, Satya Yuga. So no conflicts. Bharatiya Shastram talks about only these 4 elements is good enough to talk hours together. All the Vedas can be connected. The next one was Treta Yuga. 2 generations started fighting. Rama generation and Ravana generation. Societies started fighting. But it did not happen in Bharat because they belongs to Ayodhya, no Yuddham. So they went in some other country and fought. Right? But then inside family 2 people started fighting. That is what happened in Dwapara Yuga. Between Dharmaputra and You are not Indians? Dharmaputra and Kauravas and Pandavas. Dharmaputra and Duryodhana. Why did they fight? One was called Dharmaputra, the other was never called Dharmaputra, right? Who is the worst fellow? Duryodhana. Who said? All of us. Why? Because his mother also told. Mother used to call him and say, why can't you become a good boy like your cousin brother? And that time he says, Janami dharmam. I know, mother, what is dharma. Nachame pravarti. I am not able to do it. Janamya dharmam. I know what is bad. Nachame nivarti. I am not able to stop doing it. Why? Kenapi kamena hridistidena yada niyuktosi tatha karomi. I am not able to practice what I learned in my classroom. Because both of them studied in same JPE college. Dharmaputra and Duryodhana under same professor. Teachers were same. So it says teachers can never make change in any one of you. Number one. Number two, your birth factory, whichever company you come from, whichever family you come from, cannot make a difference in you. Who can make a difference? With whom you are associated. Are you associated with Krishna? You will become a good boy, good girl. If you are with Shakuni. Where is Shakuni from? Kandahar. Where is Kandahar? Afghanistan. So what Mahabharata says? If you have company with Afghanistan people, that's the end of your life. See, what a great message, right? So they were fighting in same family. But today what is happening? Today fight is within each one of us. We are in conflict, contradiction. We don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is correct, what is to be done, what is not to be done. Confusions. This is the time you really require a mentor. I was so blessed to have great spiritual leaders around me, taught me life. They must have taught me spirituality. But what I learned is science. You are strong in fivefold development: physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual. You will become successful in life. When you come to Kurkancheri, what reminds me only the Puyam festival here, right? The great ecstasy and trance in which people dance. That is spirituality. Not what you do for a specific requirement. Without requirement, without focus, you do something that get into a self-revealing thought. That is what is essential. So thank you. God bless you. Let these 4 days gives a real community living, understanding, physical, social, intellectual, spiritual well-being. And that cohesiveness, that attachment which you have towards life should improve day by day. Wish all the best. I am sure we are going to have another session in which I will only answer questions if you have. So I think this introduction of me and the introduction of the topic is good enough for you to think and ask questions with a lot of written questions, right? So that probably you will get some spark from me. So I wish, likewise, all the other sessions also you must go with questions. Otherwise, what is prepared will be dumped on you, and no thoughts will come. Thoughts comes only when you trigger it. Lighting lamp is for that, though it was not done in the ritualistic way. Ekavartyam Mahavyad. Yesterday I saw, I was giving a talk in Rani, they have shared in Facebook, DrTPS. Valakku engane കൊളുത്താണ്, കത്തിക്കാന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. തെളിയിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതാണ്, മനസ്സിലായോ? അപ്പൊ അതിനകത്ത് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് എങ്ങനെ തെളിയിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ ഞാനിവിടെ റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഏകവർത്യം മഹാവ്യാധി, ദ്വിവർത്തിസ്തു മഹദ്ധനം, ത്രിവർത്യം മോഹമാലസ്യം, ചതുർവർത്യം ദരിദ്രത, പഞ്ചവർത്തിസ്തു ഭദ്രം സ്യാൽ, ദ്വിവർത്യം സുശോഭനം. Right? So, understand every bit of action which you do. Ask questions. ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യാൻ മടിക്കാതിരിക്കുവിൻ. മൂഢവിശ്വാസങ്ങൾ തള്ളിക്കളയുവിൻ. കേട്ടോ പാട്ട്? നോ. ഓരോ ചെറു വസ്തുവിലും വിരൽ തൊട്ടു തൊട്ടങ്ങ് ചോദിക്കൂ, എങ്ങനെ ഇത് കിട്ടി നിങ്ങൾക്ക്? പണ്ട് പരിഷത്തിന്റെ പാട്ട്, കേരള ശാസ്ത്ര സാഹിത്യ പരിഷത്ത്. I was part of it. Okay? So all the best. God bless you. Thank you. I must thank the management. I must thank your faculties. She was really shivering. How do I present you? Will they accept, right? Eh? You are all right. Okay, good. So have that courage. Don't worry. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody is going to take your life off. Right? Even if you fail in B.Ed or somebody throw you out, thank you.